I hear there was problems with the mic or something on my phone or whatever. I don't know what happened. So hopefully people can hear the music. I don't know what happened. So if anyone's experiencing problems, please let me know. I turned off the mute mic, so you should be able to hear everything. I don't know what happened. Apologize for that.
Also, we got the polka jammer going back there. Right? Sherry's got everything under control. What up, Pete, Mark?
If anyone is having problems hearing the audio, let me know.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen, introducing IPA Polka Hall of Famer, Lenny Gomulka, and the Chicago Push.
You're welcome, Dad. Great. Awesome. Thank you for letting me know. Ready, good to hear, Linda. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, and a pleasant Friday evening to you all. Yours truly, Lenny Gomulka and the Chicago Bush, and we welcome you to the IPA Festival and Convention, the 56th year, presented by the International Folk Association. We're proud to be here. We're proud to have you out there. We hope you're ready to have a great time because there's a lot of music waiting for you tonight, Saturday, and Sunday. Before we continue, let's hear it for Frankie Lishka and Blue Network, everybody. And they'll be back. Also, the Zonka Brothers will be back here on the bandstand for you. And we've got music until about, as I understand, till about 6 o'clock in the morning, nonstop. How about that? That'll shake up the management, right? We're going to send out this next tune coming up for all the many volunteers with the IPA who are here for the last couple of days, setting up and doing all the hard work behind the scenes. We thank them, and we thank you for being here with us today. Here's one that's called the Playboy Polka.
I got that mattress. Yeah, right. I know what it is.
Yes, that's who has a little arrogant, I will go to good school. I am so grateful to hear the love for good school. Yeah, there's people here for people, I'm losing and forget. Yeah, there's your work behind me, I gotta live to get. Yes, sir. There's one called the Playboy. Okay. Thank you very much. We would like to send out this next tune, especially for all of you right here from the Penn, Ohio region. We count on you for your support, and we thank you for being here. I know you're going to have a wonderful time throughout the weekend. Oh, a quick reminder, speaking of the Penn, Ohio area, we're going to be on the Gateway Clipper. We're going to be cruising Pittsburgh on Monday, this Monday, Labor Day. And we have tickets here with us today. If you haven't picked up your tickets yet, you can see my buddy Mac Martin, or you can see myself or John Nicholas. We've got those tickets here with us. We can get those to you here this weekend. That's Monday. It boards at noon, right there on the harbor. The Gateway Clipper, beautiful cruise. We'll be there for music and dancing from noon until 4. Here we go with a number that's called Sweethearts in Heaven. Okay. For all the Penn, Ohio folks, we're going to send this out to you. For the many faces we see here with us today that were with us last week in Erie for the big Zababa. What a great time that was last weekend. Presented by the Holy Trinity Church there in Erie, Pennsylvania. Here's one called Will There Be Sweethearts in Heaven, Polka.
Sweetheart, then I want you for my
Will there be sweethearts in heaven? Thank you. That's off our Millennium CD. Going back about 25 years ago. 24, 25 years. Wowee. How fast time flies.
We hope everyone's doing well out there as we're here at the IPA Festival and Convention.
So we're going to send them out to all the folks from the Ohio Valley that are here with us.
And we'll listen to the fine sounds
Folks that
of
we
Lenny
see
Gomulka in
frequently
Chicago
in Wheeling for that big Wheeling Poker Fest through the years. For the Rogalskis, we're going to send this up. And also to dedicate this, by the way, for the gang from Cleveland, Ohio, folks that represent the USPA and the Cleveland Polka Association, the CPA, many of which are here with us today. You betcha. Thank you for supporting the IPA and polka music. We're going to put Kevin Adams to work on the vocal. If you ever need my love, polka. Here we go.
Thanks for joining us, everyone.
By the way,
Hope
you
you're
can
doing
see
well out
Mac
there.
Martin for tickets also. He's right there. Raise your hand, Mac. There he is. And you get a free dance. Right, Rich? You get a free dance with every ticket that you purchase. So. That's for the Gateway Clipper on Monday, noon till 4. We'll see you there.
We're gonna get you, man. We're gonna get you because. Here we go.
My soul is bigger than the whole future. My arms will protect you anytime and anywhere. If you ever need my love, I'll be there. If you ever need my love, I'll be there. This is your true love, I want to care. Because somebody's ever seen me too much for you. If you ever need my love, I'll be there. Oh, I don't have much to offer, but I'll give you all of me. Who knows, maybe someday I'll be all you need. I want you to remember how much I really care. If you ever need my love, I'll be there. If you ever need my love, I'll be there. It's the everlasting love, I want you to care. If that's the whole that you seem to be too much for you to bear. If you ever need my love, I'll be there.
There you go, Kevin Adams on the vocal that time. If you ever need my love. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. We have an update lined up for you next. And we're going to send it out to Lenny and Cabby. We're also going to send it out to all of our friends from good old Buffalo, New York, that we see coming in slowly but surely. Remember, lots of music, folks, today, tomorrow, and Sunday. And then the Gateway Clipper on the Harbor. We'll see you there with the Chicago Push, and that's on Monday. Here's another one that we recorded many, many moons ago. This is called You Make Me So Happy on It. Song I wrote for an old friend of mine in Chicago by the name of Stefan. And we often do songs about Stefan and for Stefan. For the Brzezinskis, we're going to send this out also. So, welcome, by the way, Carl, Janice, Corinne, and Brad. Haven't seen you guys in forever. Dave Wisniewski, good to see you, Dave. Butch and Anita, our Minnesota friends, and friends from Wisconsin. So many nice faces here. My buddy Tommy Altenberg, right over there. Raise your hand, Tommy, and wave. He's seen right there. Great concertina player. We played one of our first engagements together way back when I was like 11 years old. Tommy Altenberg, brother, used to pick me up. I was 11, 12 years old. Hard to believe, right, Tommy? Long time ago. 20, 30 years. You make me so happy. Here we go. I'm at a temper.
I will ask you, how you feel today. You look healthy, you look wealthy, you must be okay. I will Sasha, you look so sexy. I can tell that you so very much, you make me so happy. I like that you so very much, you make me so happy. I will accept that you just what you think I'll do. We go out to celebrate the heritage and you. I will call it such a holy and moving away. And to ask brings me for one of you to run away. I like that you're so very much, you make me so happy. How you can dance to me. It's so good to see you, honey, you make me happy. Stop by my house next time you go through my neighborhood. I enjoy you so very much, you make me so happy. I like you so very much, you make me so happy. There's a shot of a house how you can dance to me. It's so good to see you, honey, you make me happy. Stop by my house next time you drive through the neighborhood. I enjoy you so very much, you make me so happy. I like you so very much, you make me so happy.
Yes, there you go. One called You Make Me So Happy. I bet it for our friend Stefan.
So this is the IPA Festival Convention in Cranberry Township, Pennsylvania. This is the evening portion now with Lenny, Gomulka, and the Push. Hope everyone's doing well out there on this Labor Day weekend. Thank you for joining us.
To Barbara Adams. Oh, and for Mackenzie, from Mac Martin, one of his favorites also. And for all you Barbaras, we do this one for you. Here's one called the Barbara Polka. We're going to soup it up a little bit for all those dancers that enjoy that little bounce in their step. Like Frank Kowalski says out here in Pittsburgh. Put a little hop in your steps. This one will definitely get you hopping. One called the Barbara Polka. For the Zalascos and the crew from Wyandotte, Michigan, we're going to send this out to you. dancers out there, by the way. Those that wanted to give that one a try. A little up-tempo version of 112 Apart Brown. Okay, thank you.
No, announcer. That we're selling. Announcer, we're selling it.
Hey, we want to let everyone know that in front of the bandstand, Joe Stachinsky is walking around selling 50-50 tickets. So 10 tickets for a certain amount of money, for $5, okay. And there will be multiple winners, so it's actually a split the pot, not a 50-50. So if you'd like tickets, grab Jill or raise your hand and she'll come on over and take care of you.
So, for those who are tuning in, we're at the IPA Festival and Convention here in Granbury Township, Pennsylvania. And this is Lenny Gomulka in Chicago Bush. This is their first Saturday evening. Of course, we came in late. We were in late about an hour and 20 minutes.
Coming up right now, especially for Deb. For Deb and Al. We're going to send this one out for Debbie and Al. And all of our friends from Toledo way and Michigan way. Northern Toledo, Southern Michigan, PRCU, all the folks from that place. We spent many weeks there one night, down in the bar, as they say, right? Is everybody looking good? I tell you, is everybody having a good time, I should say. You're looking good out there, everybody. Thank you for being here on this Friday as we open things up. You're going to be very pleased with all the bands, the lineup, the songs you're going to be hearing, and the faces, the happy, smiling faces you're going to be seeing. It's all good stuff. Only at the IPA 56th Annual Convention and Festival right here in Cranberry, Pittsburgh. We thank you for being here with us. Here we go. Here's one called The Fisherman's Polka.
Glad you're enjoying, Veronica Costa. Look forward to seeing you this weekend.
Jedynego wieczora puszczać sobie świętów nad ziemię jeziora. Na kadzico burzy, ale już nie mało. Kiedy Pana wyjdzie, one wykresało. Szepta tu gości, wyrękające złe mowa. Pierwsza była prędko, wróci duże mała. Ziema mu wesoło, ładna tu nie może. Płakać nie dobry, nie wróci pomoże. Oh yeah, one called The Fisherman's Polka for Deb and Al and all the fishermen out there. Thank you. Jimmy Petrancic is here with us today. You'll see him tomorrow all dressed up in his tuxedo also, by the way, I think.
Sure. Okay. You got it.
So we'd like to play a song for you right now. Here's a song we recorded, and this song was actually one of the favorite songs of our Polish Pope John Paul. He enjoyed this song so much that you hear it at your Polish masses and your Polish ministers. We decided we would also record it. I know Eleanor Grudy enjoys this song. Eleanor Grudy, we're going to send this out to Eleanor and all her friends here. Here's one that's called Follow Me. We call it Follow Me. It goes like this. Pretty song right there for Eleanor Rudy, especially one of her favorites. And it's one of my favorites also, by the way. One called Follow Me. Chinguya. Richie Zabrowski is going to sing one here for you. And Rich on the vocal, here's one called Zwoody Eds, the up and down program. We're going to send out a congratulations to all the Hall of Famers who are here celebrating for the weekend with their spouses, with their girlfriends, with their families, with their friends. And we congratulate each and every one of you. And we'll be with you, cheering you on tomorrow morning for the big banquet, where we will honor you and celebrate with you on your Hall of Fame inductions. Yes, sir. Richie Zabrowski will sing this one. Here's a tune that's called Up and Down. We're going to send this out so for our buddy Paul Wattis, who just arrived via shuttle. Nanty Coke shuttle. No, Scranton shuttle. There you go. Up and down, folks. Here we go. Up and down, oh God, thank you. It looks like we have time for one more tune, and then we're going to turn it over to the Zolka from this polka band.
Folks, stick around for more music as the Zolkas are coming up, as Lenny mentioned. Then, of course, Frankie Lushka and Blue Magic will be back, and of course, Lenny and the Bush will be back. So great music the rest of this evening, so don't go anywhere. And also the folks at the Polka Jammer Network will have their live remote. Mark and Sherry are going to be coming on momentarily shortly.
We've done in quite some time. We're going to pull this one out of our archives. We recorded this song on an award-winning CD back in 1995. 1995. The name of the CD was For Old Time's Sake. And we're going to send this song out especially for Corrine and Brad Turk, and also for Carl and Janice Pashitsky for them also. And all of you that came such a long, long way because of your traditional values and because of loving polka music, and we love you too. Before we turn it over to the Zolkas, here's one that's called I've Got Old-Fashioned Polish Ways About Me. Polka, here we go.
Of course, be sure to stick around and look for Facebook Live videos and YouTube videos throughout the weekend as well.
Old-fashioned Polish ways, yes we do. And we'll be back up a little bit later on. Remember, get those cruise tickets from Mac. He's right here in front of the stage. If you'd like to cruise with us, see Mac. He'll take care of you. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, how about a nice big round of applause for Lenny Gomulka and the Chicago Push